Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, ladies, and anyone watching the replay. I'm really excited to talk about this because it goes back to the structure and the strategy, but also the mind and how we use our mind in our messaging and how do we communicate really clearly to attract clients, to attract money and the desires and all the things that we want, right? So much to dive into today, but if you guys have questions along the way, please drop them into the chat. I will be happy to answer them as we go. You don't have to wait till the end. I have a couple of audits. There's, let's see, two. I would prefer if they jump on here live, that would be the best, because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to share someone else's audit with you guys. And Adrian, April just showed, so we can do hers. Adrian, did you want an audit just on your human design since you didn't drop in a URL?
Sure.
Okay, cool. We can do that. Okay, cool. All right. So first things first is messaging will only be conveyed as much as we believe that it will be conveyed. So if we are feeling stuck and unsure of what we're saying, that comes through. So first, we always, and this is something that I preach to my one-on-one clients and anyone that comes in, that you have a deeply grounded writing practice before you write anything. Because if you come to it and you're like sitting at the screen, like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know what they want to hear from me. That is going to block anything coming through, and anything you do right or do, you do right, like right, won't be what they actually need to hear because you're not an open channel. Okay. So having that practice, and it can look in a lot of different ways. But generally it's like clearing your energy, grounding in, sending a grounding cord, like a tree trunk, down to the center of the earth and draining anything that's not serving you. And then really getting clear, what are your beliefs around writing? Do you believe in the work that you do? Do you believe that it's transforming lives? Do you believe that what you say matters? And really making sure that those beliefs are clear and in alignment with what you want. This was really huge for me. I honestly, I have an open will. So I have a lot of like, my work isn't worth it. Like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not, like, all of those things. And once I understood that that was actually blocking everything, like I could have really clear copy, but it still wouldn't convert. And I could check every box, that persuasion tactics and all the like copywriting things, and it still wouldn't convert. And it was because there was an energy behind it that I didn't believe in the transformation, right? I wasn't attached to what I was selling. I didn't full-heartedly like obsessed with what I was selling. And that whole idea of obsession, I kind of want to talk about that and going off and on a tangent here. I think you do internally have to be obsessed with what you're selling for the message to come across, right? If you're not super excited, super lit up, it's just going to be like, nah, right? So if something isn't selling, ask yourself why. Is it because you don't actually feel excited and lit up about what you're selling? Is it because of, honestly, it can be the articulation, and we'll get to that. But this is like the first place to start. If you're not super lit up about what you're selling, that's a problem. There's no articulation that will help you if you're not lit up about what you're selling. And I've experienced this firsthand. I've tried to create something for my mind. I'm like, oh, people are really going to love this. I'm going to sell that. And then it doesn't sell. And I'm like, well, why is this not selling? Oh, because I don't actually want to sell it. I don't actually want to deliver on it. Right. So start there always, before you write anything, deeply connect to who you are. and this is understanding human design a little bit too, but understanding, sacral beings really get into your sacral. If you're a projector, really clearing your energy and going back into your body and being like, what is really going to serve myself first and then everyone else too. And understanding how your energy works is important too. And we're going to get into that. So that's the first thing. Second thing is understanding how your energy works, how your human design aura works. And we can translate this into your core messaging and what you want to be known for. But we can also take it as like, how does your energy want to come out into the world, right? So a sacral being, the gens and mani gens, it's very enveloping, right? You're big and your energy and you like want to like give everyone a big warm hug with your aura. It's how people perceive you. They want a big warm hug from you. When we shut our aura down though, by creating things that from the mind, by creating offers that we're not lit up by writing something we think we should write in order to sell it. Anytime that we're putting a should or a box on what we think it has to look like, we shut the aura down and it doesn't attract the people that we want. Okay. And so again, it goes back to that writing practice. Okay. I know I'm really excited about what I'm selling. What do I really want to talk about in this post or in this email? Or what am I being drawn to from my sacral? And when I'm working one-on-one, I help clients really tap into that sacral and understand how it works for them. It's not what this workshop's about, but that is really helpful to understand how your sacral works and communicates with you. Because it's not always a like, hell yes, or like the human design community talks about. It communicates differently for everyone. So really understanding how it works for you. Even if the sacral isn't your authority. Adrian, totally forgetting your emotional authority, right? It's yes and. So there's a sacral yes, right? But then there's that pause to write out your wave. And really, there's no truth in the now, right? For the emotional authority. So it's just writing out the emotions, feeling the decision through those different emotions. So this applies to big decisions, not necessarily like, what do you want to eat right now? Or do you want to go to bed right now? Or do I need a nap, right? This is big decisions. So feeling that decision out throughout the wave, and how do you feel throughout that whole wave? And then coming to the end of it and re-tapping into the sacral, asking, is this where I want to go? Is this truly what I desire to go in that direction, right? And your sacral will tell you. Using your body as a pendulum, Adrian, is really, really awesome. I think for anyone, but especially sacral beings, in using like that yes or no and just seeing which way your body goes, forward for yes and back for no, can really help you tap into the body and making that decision from the body and not the mind. So for sacral beings, when you're in talking about what you want to be known for, you are known for a method. Okay. So it's this step-by-step process that you over time hone and master. You can pivot and do all kinds of things within that, but understand that that is what you're known for. So really thinking about the work that you do, how can you put that into a step 1, step 2, step 3 method that gets someone from point A to point B. Okay. And that's overarching. Manifesting generators, you can add another little spice to it. And you're combining things that people wouldn't necessarily think to combine within that method. So I'm a manifesting generator. I combine human design and copywriting. When I first started doing this, no one was doing it. It was totally new. Like, who would put these two things together, right? It's combining two things that you're passionate about in that people wouldn't normally think to put together. And then there's this method underneath of that. Okay. Does that make sense? My many gens? And the other thing to keep in mind as a sacral being for generators and manifesting generators are plateaus are your friend. Don't ever do that. When things slow down, when things kind of feel sticky and not working the way that you want them to, that's an invitation to make sure that you're in alignment. There's something about your offer, about your process that you either need to deepen and learn more about. That's a lot of what my plateaus are about is I just need to learn more about some aspect of the work. Or something is not in alignment. So maybe there's a boundary that is being crossed that you need to put into place that you hadn't realized needed to be a boundary, right? Maybe it's something with a client that you're like, they're crossing this boundary that I didn't realize I had. And I'm like, I need to put this up, right? And it's just an opportunity for you to deepen your understanding, deepen your boundaries, and deepen who you are authentically. Does that make sense? Cool. Projectors. You are known for a system. So it's similar to the method, but think of it more as a tabletop with 3 legs. And you can digest any one of the 3 legs. It doesn't matter what order you do it in, but if you are missing one of those legs, your table is not as stable. The tabletop is your result. Okay. So your system, it's not a step 1, step 2, step 3 process. It's more of we just need to hit all 3 of these points and then we'll have the result. Right. And it's not necessarily, um, well, you can generally the system comes from your own life and your own story. So you've solved something, created something with a different way than anyone else is doing it. It's also very unique to you. And now that you've uncovered this new solution, this new way of doing things, you want to share it with other people. Okay. So it's forming it into a system that you become known for. And then the way that the projector aura works, because it is very pointed and like penetrating, I don't even like to use the word, but it sees people before they're ready. And that's why the invitation is necessary, is because people need to be ready for your energy, right? They need to be okay with you in their space, energetically and physically. So it's the way that you come across. We don't want to come across like, hey, you need to fix this. I see a problem. You need to fix it. It's like very manifester. It's saying, sharing your story. It's coming from a perspective like, wow, I see so many people struggling with this. I struggled with it myself. I have a solution. Do you want to hear about it? And coming at it from a little bit softer approach of like, I have something, and you have to believe that you have the solution too. A lot of projectors want validation for that, for their work before they believe in it themselves. But it's actually the opposite. They have to believe in their work, believe in who they are serving before they go out and try and talk to people, right? I have to believe that what they do is enough. It is exactly what they need to be doing. And then going out and saying, hey, I have a solution. Do you want help with this? And then opens the door. It's an invitation to people to say, yes, please help me. I want what you see. Right. Manifestors are a bigger aura. They're like here to be in the room, state what they think and move on. So bigger, bolder statements, they're known for the vision. What is the vision that they're going towards? So it's like thinking about what changes do you see need to happen in the world and how are you bringing people to them? So thinking of offers like train stations to that destination. So one station will get you to the next station, will get you to the next station. And they're all leading to that bigger vision down the road. But people can kind of get on and off as they choose with whatever offer they feel called to, right? Along that journey to the destination of this big vision. But ultimately, they're known for a big vision. I take My coach that I had last year, she was a manifester. She came out with being a part-time CEO long before, I mean, this was probably 5 years ago that she started claiming that vision, but it was making it a full-time income from part-time hours. That wasn't a thing really when she started. So she became known for this vision of being a part-time CEO, and all of her offers helped people understand how to get there, how to get that part-time CEO vision that she had. Okay. Does that make sense? Then reflectors are kind of sampling everything. They kind of come out and decide what they want and what works for them and how they want to show up every day. By and large, it's creating a community that really wants what they see, that really is, it's helping people understand themselves better through in that community, right? So they're calling people in that want to work on whatever niche, and it can be a broad niche too, but it's creating a community about what they see and sharing their insights with people. Their aura is very it's loving, and it's allowing people to kind of come in and sample from them just as much as they're sampling from everyone else too. So it's creating things that can be live on the internet, right? Without them having to show up every single day. So it's creating um, more passive kind of things so that they can show up when they're ready and when they have deep insight into something. Make sense? I'm gonna drink through. Questions about like what you are going to be known for and how it applies to you and your business personally. Okay. Cool. And we're going to go on to the tangible. What if you have different audiences? Jackie, what's your human design again? I don't remember. Sorry. Um, okay. So this actually goes back to the live that I did yesterday about niching. And I will say that you don't have to pick a niche in your core message. Your system can be very broad in like it could help a broad range of people, that system, right? Your offer does need to be niched. Okay. So if you want to offer a one-on-one 4-month container, well, who's it for? It's going to encompass your system. It's going to, your system is going to be the like main theme of that container, but you're going to tailor it to a someone very specific. Does that make sense? It's so much easier to sell something when you know exactly who you're talking to. They feel seen. And that's another thing as a projector is making sure that you're seeing the other person just as much as they're seeing you, right? So by being super specific in that offer, you can speak right to them, be like, I see you in your struggle. I want, do you want help with this? Okay. Sweet Sunday night. I'm Celeste. I totally know what you mean. Good things and don't mind and even enjoy the variety. Um, okay. Again, big umbrella for your main core message. Your method can be super, super broad. But I'm confused. Who do you work with? Again, if it goes back to making super clear what your offers are and you're known for that core message, either method or system or vision, right? Okay. That's how people know you. They become to know you for your methodology, for your system, for your vision. Your offers, if someone says, I don't know, who do you work with? And be like, well, I have this offer for these people. I have this offer for these people. And I have this offer for these people. Okay. So depending on like right now, I have the content library. That's for people that want to figure out their messaging all on their own. They can go in there and purchase DIY workshops and PDFs. If someone is like, no, I want your eyes on things and just help me work out this one little thing. If someone's stuck on one little thing, that's a deep dive, one session. If someone's like, I am so ready to overhaul everything, like nothing is working. I want to overhaul my core message and figure out what I want to be known for. I want to go into my offer and really clean that up and be super specific on that and then change my website. That is the deeper 4-month one-on-one. Okay. Awesome. And again, Celeste, if with being multi-passionate, what I'm known for is just bringing copywriting and messaging together. I get to decide what I want to offer underneath of that. So I could offer, I've been playing around with a group, been playing around with adding more DIY. I've been like, I can flow and decide what I want to offer underneath. I've been playing around with masterminds. Do I want to do something like that? Really allowing it to be as open and fluid as possible. But it all kind of comes back to that through line, that thread of messaging and copy. And I honestly, I feel like at some point there may be something even more in the like mindset. And I mean, that piece of it, that's, that's in the future as well, because there's still a thread there. And especially as a mini gen, give yourself so much room to play with this. Again, don't throw in the towel too soon. I'm also guilty of that, of like throwing the towel in just because it's not totally working the way I want it to. Um, but understanding like, why is it not working? Is it because I chose to, or I was trying to force it and it was actually a no to begin with? Or is it just, I need to hone in on something a little bit more specific? And when you get quiet and ground in your own energy, you know the answer to these things. You know it in your body when you start asking those deeper questions. As an MG, I have so much more projector energy than manifestor energy. I have a system that isn't a process. No, it's not wrong. You don't, I mean, these are guidelines. Again, like feel into what you feel is correct for you, right? These are guidelines to help you figure out what's going on in your head, but that doesn't mean that this is the box that you have to be in. If you're feeling like more like it's a process or it's a system and it's not a step 1, step 2, step 3, cool. It's a system then. You're still known for that. Okay? Yeah. And you might have there's some different reasons as to why you might feel like you're more projectory. If you have, I don't know if you've looked at genetic matrix where you can like split your chart into conscious and unconscious. Sometimes if you do that, like one side will be a projector. Like in the conscious side, you're a projector, but the unconscious and the unconscious, you could be a projector too. But when you bring them together, you're a manifesting generator. So it could, yeah, gauge and channels, totally, all of that. It depends. I mean, you could have a lot of projected channels too that are making you feel that way too. So, and I'm trying to remember what your chart. I have your chart, but I don't. I'm trying to remember all of it. Um. So again, yeah, I mean, guidelines. It's not hard and fast. It's what you feel. Again, keeping it broad as an umbrella, and what you're known for is what that system or method is. Okay, cool. Tangible offer results. Let's talk about that offer that you want to give. And I think once you release the idea that you have to stick to this one niche on everything, it makes it so much easier to go, okay, who do I want to serve with this one offer? Who do I want to serve? Just this here. See how it goes, work with those people for a while and see if, do I enjoy this? Is this something I want to take forward? Right. I feel like we put so much pressure on ourselves to have it all figured out and to say, this is what I'm doing forever and ever. And there's so much experimentation in entrepreneurship. Always. That's why they say entrepreneurship's like this and not straight to the destination. It's experiment. It's figuring out how you work. It's figuring out how you want to work and what people respond to and what you enjoy doing on all of those things. So when we're talking about a tangible result, we're getting into the mind of the ideal client for that offer. What do they really want to know and learn or change about their life that your offer is going to help them? Okay. So thinking about it in terms of positive too, not the negative. And this is something that so much copywriting for so long was in the negative. It was like, get you out of, you're in this pain. I'm going to get you out of this pain, and hammering these pain points home. And it's not serving people because it's honestly, it only attracts people stuck in their pain, to be totally honest. And it's using words like anxiety. If you have the word anxiety in your copy, I get that your clients may deal with anxiety, but if you're using that to attract people, you are going to get people stuck in anxiety that don't know how to get out or don't want to get out. So it's understanding that calling them to what they desire, you're going to attract more people ready to make change, instead of speaking to people in their pain that aren't ready to make change. Does that make sense? And why we want to go for the desire and um the thing that they're reaching for. Okay. That's what we're calling them to, not helping them stuck in their pain. Oh, Celeste, I'm a brand strategist with a highly diverse skill set and good at so many things and know so many things. I often see so many possibilities. Yeah, I know so many ways to approach a strategy, super clear and specific with my clients, but discernment is a little more sloppy with myself. It's always like you can't see the forest to the trees, like you're in your own business. I mean, I have the same thing. This is why I hire a coach and be like, is my messaging clear? Because you can't see the forest through the trees. And um, it's stepping back and putting yourself in your client's shoes of, is this actually what they want? And it's really asking yourself deeper questions again. Um, like what is the deep desire that they're reaching for? The thing that they want, not the thing that you know that they need. That's not what they don't know that they need that yet. You can still deliver the thing that they need, right? In the container, but the copy and the messaging on the sales page and in content is about the desire that they think that they are reaching for, right? So again, they're not going to necessarily reach for being confident. We all want to be confident, but we don't buy confidence. We buy, let me think of an example. We buy sitting down at the computer to write confidently. We buy it in a context of a scenario in our life. So, let me think of another example. Um, I should have wrote some down. I'm always bad at thinking of examples like on the spot. Um, you don't buy clarity in your messaging. You're going to buy something that's going to help you attract clients with your messaging. Clarity helps you attract clients. Clients is what you want. Does that make sense? Like if I sold something for clarity, like you're like, yeah, that's cool, but not as attractive as going, I want to attract clients. That's the end result of, so it's thinking about the clarity. What does that mean for their life? So if you think of a word confidence, what does that mean for their life? What are they going to be able to do now that they're confident? There we go. What are they going to be able to do now that they have clarity? That's what you're selling. Okay. And when you understand who the offer is for, it's so much easier to figure out what that scenario is. Right. And it's not saying that anyone outside of that ideal client won't reach out to you for that offer. They will inherently, because as soon as you say, this is what I want, this is the people that this offers for, someone else is going to reach out and be like, I want that, but I'm not that. Can you still help me? And you'd be like, yes, I can. I can totally help you. What are your goals? And then create for them. Right. So it's not slamming the door on anyone else coming to you. It's being super specific so people understand what it is that you're selling. Uh, And Celeste, I think understanding, because there's so many things I could do too. Like and when I say I'm a jack of, I mean, I've studied funnels, I know ads, like there's a bajillion things that I know how to do. What are the things I want to do? And honestly, I mean, I could coach on human design. I could do so many different things. But when I got really, really honest with myself, what I really want to do is help people work out their messaging, clarify their messaging. That's the thing that I love to do. It's the thing I'm good at. It's the thing that like I could do all day long. I've done enough of some of the other things and I'm like, I could never, definitely not do that all day long. Like, it's fine. I'll do it if I need to, or I can give you advice or whatever, but I do not want to do it all day long. So it's understanding what that is for you will, I think, help a lot. And again, like, it's not saying that all of those skills won't come in handy at some point. They probably will. They'll probably come in when you least expect it. But what is the thing that you really want to focus on right now? Manifesting generators are so good about splitting our energies and doing lots of different things at once. And we can do lots of things at once as long as we're following the sacral. I think a lot of times we get up in our head thinking, oh, well, I could do this because so and so is doing it too and they're making money. I could do this because someone asked me to. Or maybe I should do this because I thought at one point it would be a good idea. But really, what do you desire to do in the moment? The sacral is in the moment. It will not give you a great response if you're in like an emotion of some kind, or if you're, so I am open emotional. And if there's, like, my son was having a hard morning this morning, rough, like crying for 30 minutes. I don't know what his deal was. He's emotional authority. He was just crying to cry. If I try and make a decision when there's like all of that going on and I'm taking it in as much as I know that I don't need to, it's not going to be the answer that I need. I need to kind of just take a break, go in another room if I had to make a decision in that moment, release that energy and get back to who, what do I need? What do I desire right now? Okay. Um, okay. So tangible results. And thinking about that tangible result, that the promise, that's like the promise of your offer is your tangible result, right? Your system, method, vision is a thing that's on the inside of it, right? So your methodology, your system is going to get people to that result. It's going to get people to that promise. And it's important to understand, this is why it is important to understand what your method or system is, because this is what sets you apart from everyone else. No one's method, no one's like, it's going to be unique to you because it's your experiences. It's your, what you're talented at. It's how your energy works. That's the uniqueness. And that's what sets you apart, because so many people could have the same promise. What yours is going to be different. And they'll be like, oh, I feel attracted to that because that has that piece of it. And I've never done that before, or that feels right to me. Right. So that's why it's important to understand what you want to be known for. What is your unique selling point? It sets you apart from everyone else. And the last piece of really understanding the messaging in your offer is understanding why now. This is something people either miss or put bad scarcity on. We don't want to like force anyone, right? We're not putting like, buy now, in flashing red lights. It's, just understanding, why does somebody need to do it now? Why isn't it important? What are they missing out on? What are they, what is it costing them? You don't necessarily have to use some of this in your, on your sales page, although it is good to talk a little bit about why now. But it's good to understand for you to really go, why does someone need to do this right now? Why does it even matter? It gets at your deeper why and connecting you to your own offer in a deeper way. Okay. Mercury Gate is a fun one. So it's kind of between Mercury Gate and Throat Center are the two that I love the most. We could talk about either one, but Mercury's a little easier to talk about. Throat, there's a lot going on over there. There's channels, there's gates, there's undefined, defined. There's just a lot going on. Mercury is super simple. You look at, so do you guys know which symbol is Mercury on your charts? It's the one that looks like a little human with horns on it. What I think it looks like, a little stick figure with horns. Um, by and large, look at your conscious side because that's the one that you will generally feel more into than the unconscious side, right? Because you're not necessarily aware of the unconscious side. So look at the black side. What is that gate? What is the energy around that gate? You can Google it. I personally really love Karen Craig Parker's interpretation of the gates because she's changing the language to be more empowering than what Raw in his original text was. His original text is very shocking, kind of on the negative side, heavy sometimes, right? It's where martyr and like all those fun words come from. Um, but Karen Craig Parker is really uplifting and empowering and allowing you to really see the highest expression of that gate, and not just the like energy behind it. So, but I don't actually think, not sure you can Google hers. Um, when when I do any deep dive 1-on-1 or 4-month stuff, like you get her interpretation of it. I have a full PDF that I've written based in hers on how to understand your Mercury gate from that perspective. But basically, your Mercury gate energy is how you communicate, and it's an energy. It's not in specific words. Okay. So you don't look at that gate and go, I don't know how to make that into my message. You're not, it's energy. So mine is gate 12. It's about tone and it's about waiting until I'm ready. So it's interesting because I was like, well, what do you do with that? Again, it's tone. So making sure that I'm grounded, I'm in my authentic self before I go out and talk about anything. Again, it's that embodied writing practice. I have kids, we homeschool. I don't get to just flow wherever the heck my sacral wants to go in the moment. I do have to have structure. So it's being able to go, this is my time to write. How can I be as aligned as possible right now in this moment when I need to write? And um, having that practice, right? To making sure that the tone behind, so the tone, it to me feels like, um, am I forcing it or am I not? Am I saying the things that I want to say and desire to say, or am I kind of putting a cloak over it and saying, just lightly dancing around things and not really saying what I want to say, right? Um, and then waiting until I'm ready, that does definitely come into play. If I'm not ready to talk about something, it's like nails on a chalkboard. It's, I can't get it out, right? But the more and more I trust the sacral, the more and more I don't even entertain something. It doesn't even come into my world until I'm ready to talk about it. So it's the sacral, again, your authority and your strategy are always going to take you where you need to go. And it's going to bring all these pieces along with it when you're following strategy and authority. Um, but you can look at the different pieces and go, And I did. I looked at it before I really understood strategy and authority. I looked at it and I'm like, okay, well, if I'm not ready, that definitely makes sense. If I'm not ready, I can't talk. Like, all right, well, I'll just have to trust that when I'm feeling ready or if something's feeling sticky, I'm not ready to talk about it and just trusting and letting it go if it's not ready. And it comes around again, usually. Um, so I also like to think of your Mercury gate as like your mission. So bringing that energy into your mission for your business. And so for me, thinking of it in that way, it's like, okay, tone is energy. Tone is understanding the energy behind your words before you speak them and making sure people understand that. The waiting till you are ready to talk about something, that's like not boxing yourself in. That's just understanding what you do want to talk about and going with it and not trying to should or could or box yourself in some way, right? That's kind of the mission behind all of it. Does that make sense? So you can kind of look at it two different ways, but understanding bringing some of that energy into what your message is. Okay. Um, the let's see. I was not going to talk about throat. That is just a lot. But if yeah, we'll move on. Maybe when we come back, we'll come back to throat. The last piece is actually no, he was the last piece because I already talked about that. So, do you guys have questions about Mercury Gate and understanding the energy of the Mercury Gate? Um, we do have, let's see, a little bit of time. I'll just talk about defined versus undefined for your throat in kind of broad strokes. So if you are defined, that means it's colored in for your throat, the third one down. It's going to be connected to another center through a channel, through a defined channel. Um, is the unconscious side of Mercury more of the energy behind conscious side? A little bit. I mean, you can look into it and feel into it. And again, like, does that one resonate more with you? If it does, go with that, right? If it's again, it's not a hard and fast rule. It's picking one and going, "Ooh, I really feel that." It's helping. I feel like human design is just a roadmap to understanding yourself better. So it's learning about these little pieces and feeling what resonate, what doesn't, leaving what doesn't, and just keep following those breadcrumbs, right? Maybe you'll circle back and at some point that'll make sense. There's a lot of human design that I was like, well, that doesn't make sense for a long time. And then eventually circled back to it and I was like, oh, no, I get it. Because I had to understand something else. Right. And then it made sense and the puzzle piece came in. So again, it's just following the little breadcrumbs. What are you drawn to? What resonates within your body now? Um, navigate for a moment. If you have time, I can drop mine here. Yeah, we can drop it. Um, you know what I did? My book is upstairs. So you guys all missed it. Adrian was the only one. We lost power and we thought we were going to have to drive down to Denver this morning. So I like packed up all my stuff. Now my book is upstairs in my backpack. I think I understand the Mercury gate, the highest level, but not in a way that is specific. What's your gate? I have another way I can look it up. The idea factory. Ooh, idealist. Gate 11. Idealism. Yeah, gate 11 ideas. I mean, you could think of it in like bringing ideas to the world. Yeah, it's bringing ideas to the world for sure. What do you do, Celeste? What is your business? That'll help me too.
I am a brand strategist. I worked as a designer for a really long time, like for two, before I transitioned into brand strategy work. So,
Well, I mean, you
real,
think,
like really foundational, like help, like sometimes my work involves helping people write like pitch decks that are, where millions of dollars are depend upon the articulation of a value proposition and that is, I am going to say that is, well, I have done that work. Like what is fun for me is helping people who run micro businesses, not necessarily like people who are, building $1 million skincare product companies. But all of that said, question you asked is, what do I do? Yeah. I mean, I work in the business of brand strategy, which most people don't really actually understand.
No, they don't. I would agree
Like,
with that.
like you can say I'm a copywriter and they're like, oh yeah, I know what you do. I could say I design websites and they go, oh, okay, I know what you do. When I say I'm a brand strategist, unless you are like working at a higher level or enterprise level company, you probably don't
Idea.
really understand what that is.
Yep.
Therein is a thing where I'm often like, how do I make this really simple? And how do I help you to understand that you probably need this if for only the reason that you don't know the words that I just said?
Yeah.
I don't mean that like in any kind of condescending way. It's simply
No.
that
Yeah.
tells me that you likely need this. So
Well, and I 100% agree that like brand strategy, yeah, nobody has any idea what that is or how it can help them. But when you think about the gate 11 of ideas, you're helping them take this idea of what they want to do and create that plan of how to make it possible.
right.
That's the energy of gate 11. You're taking these ideas and helping them create the plan to bring it to fruition. Does that make sense? They're
Uh-huh.
sorting through and managing all the ideas and inspiration that they hold. They have this big idea. They have no idea how to make it happen. So you're sorting through the ideas, the inspiration, all of that to create the plan that will actually help them get what they want.
Yeah. It's probably like helping people to go from I want to how to.
hmm
Yeah.
hmm I think people respond a little bit more to visibility strategists because then they have a little bit of an idea of what it's going to do for them versus brand strategists. But basically, it's your marketing plan. How are you marketing your business? How are you going to achieve that goal that you set? Do you have any idea how you're going to market that? Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, then of course there are people who are actual marketing strategists, which in a perfect world comes after brand strategy
hmm
because it is more tactical. But again, it's always that thing of like I may know that and I actually know that that's pretty critical. And then sometimes it's like, and how much of that actually matters sometimes to the people that I speak to. Does that
hmm
make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's the point of education to happen later after
Yeah.
some sort of foundational like literacy is created.
Potentially. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of what I've noticed both in the messaging and copy world is that people confuse offer copy with what their core messaging copy is. They don't realize that the core has to come first,
Right.
right?
Mm.
They just tell me how to write my sales page. I'm like, you can't write that unless you know all this other stuff first, right? So I feel that's in any niche and in any business, there's so much that is so much beyond. And that's why people pay you, right? That's why they come to you is because you do know more. But we have to kind of understand where they're at and what they need and what they think they need in order to give them that plus all the other things that they actually need. Like I guarantee you, if I had a course or something on core messaging, it probably wouldn't sell nearly as well as like a course on how to write your sales page because everybody wants that.
Yeah, they do. I get asked all the time. So yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep. Help them visualize it. Yeah. Imagination to reality. Wow. I love that. Exactly. How do you take this big vision that you have and bring it to reality? You can't, I mean, most people need a team, need other people to help them bring something to fruition. They need expertise. They need to learn something, understand something. I mean, there's just so much to entrepreneurship that we think that we can do it all, but we can't. We need to implore other people. And I think that's the beauty in offering what you're really good at, because together, then we can all we all get what we want, right? We're all helping each other, which is, I think, especially as women, what we want.
Yeah. Thank you so much for
You're
your
welcome.
right with my note. I appreciate you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. So now I was gonna go into, there's a couple audits. Let me pull up. See, April, we could do you. Um, okay. So a couple of things with your chart, April. So you have, let's see, I'm just gonna share screen so everybody knows what I'm talking about. That was not you. All right. Okay. April. Um, so you have the 4323 channel and the 31-7 channel. Super important to know. 4323 is out of the box thinking. So it's really thinking about what you do in an out of the box kind of way. And so you're traveling, not your travel agent in the like traditional sense, I think, right? Like you're helping
Okay.
plan
Yeah, I
sort
help
of.
plan people. Yeah, right. But I'm
Yeah.
not connected with like anything corporate. So
Right.
I do it all myself. Yeah.
Right. Right. And not in the, but if you said I'm a travel agent, people would understand what you do. You help plan trips,
Right.
right?
Right.
Um, and here's where we can think outside the box in terms of how you do that. You're not just outside or not just a travel agent, but you're helping people create their dream vacation, right?
Right.
The 731 is really about being yourself and showing it's showing heart in it, but it's what did I write? I wrote something. Um it's being yourself is what it is. That's what the G center is. It's understanding your direction and what you want to do. And only you can decide that. I can't tell you what's authentic for you. You have to decide. So
Right.
it's embracing that. Um, your Mercury, that's where the Mercury is your emotional alignment as creative power. So connecting people's emotions to their dream vacation could be a really great way to bring that energy into your messaging. So how will they feel, and building on the details of the journey based on that. So
Okay.
thinking about um they they want a dream vacation. What does that mean for their life? So it's gosh, my brain just went um website. Taking one of these couples, these different things, and really connecting it to their emotions. So if you had a whole vacation laid out for you with like the best restaurants in that town, and you could just go from restaurant to restaurant to restaurant, enjoying the most amazing food of your life, what would that look like and feel like for them? For that specific person, the person that is a total foodie. I love that you have these different offers because it starts to give you an idea of what you're capable of and what you're really good at in terms of offering different neat vacations. Family fun, like what if you could go on a vacation? You can't guarantee that the kids aren't going to throw a tantrum, but you can
Yeah.
guarantee that it's going to be activities that they're going to love and that they're
Right.
going to make memories doing, right? Um,
Yeah.
as a projector, I like that you have this kind of it's more of a method, but whatever. I mean, it's the same thing. Like you're going to understand who they are, right? You're going to kind of map it out and get
Right.
their idea and then give them their options of what they get to choose from. So again, it kind of the method and system, it's a guideline, it's not a box in. So just understanding what that is for you is all that you need. You don't have to it doesn't have to be as hard and fast rule. Does that make sense? So the one thing,
Yeah, it does.
okay. The one thing I was thinking on the top of this is it doesn't draw me in as copy wise, like personal travel planner and custom itineraries. Like, meh, let's jazz it up. Let's think outside the box on
Right,
this,
right.
right? It's something like your dream vacation plan for you. There's like hidden gems talking about spots only the locals know. Um, while experiencing a trip of a lifetime, maybe it's like planning the trip of your lifetime or something like that. Really honing in on this is like a very specific trip and why they would need someone to do this for them. They don't have time to make out where those local spots are,
Right.
or they don't have time to sit on, um, not Reddit, but,
Like
find the best
TripAdvisors. Yeah,
restaurants.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they just want to know that the restaurant they're going to, they're going to have a really good food, right? Or that the activities are going to be something their kids actually want. Like if I have a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old, um, I know that I don't want to go to art museum, but maybe there's another like art kind of thing that kids would enjoy
Right.
or something, right? So definitely making this more their desire and what they're reaching for in a broad strokes kind of way. So it's that dream vacation and connecting it to their emotions.
Okay.
Okay. And then when you're talking about going out and actually, let's see. Has anyone contacted you for like, I really want this mystery history one? No?
No, not really. And that's the thing is like you said, most of the people that contact me, it's the stories of like, oh, we're having a family epic, trip that's multi-generational or, couples with an anniversary. But I don't want to pigeonhole that because, if I just talk all about so it's hard. It's like, how do you right? It's kind of that whole like my core, what I enjoy most is taking the planning off these people's because I've been there so many times. It's like it's
Yeah.
easy for me. It's like I know exactly like when we start talking, it's like, oh, well, you should go here for that romantic dinner. Oh, you like hiking, you should go here and putting
Mhm.
it all together in a super easy way for them.
Then talking about that. I want you talking about that up here of your own experience, especially as a projector, your own experience of like, I've been it in, I've planned that or taken the trip that I didn't plan and it went terrible. I have sat and spent out and spent hours and hours and hours planning. And it was a great trip, but it was a lot of work. It sucked the joy out of it just a little bit.
Right.
There's a better way to do this. What if your trip was planned out for you and you got to spend the whole trip just going from one amazing thing to the next? Do you want me to plan a trip for you?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, do you want me to plan a trip for you? I'd be like, yeah, please.
Right,
Um,
right, exactly. So maybe putting that in the top, a personal kind of
yeah. It doesn't have to be super long and lengthy, but just a little snippet into why your story, right? And sharing a little bit about that. And then this is why I love planning trips for other people because they get to sit back and relax and
yeah.
enjoy, like really enjoy and make amazing memories on the trip of a lifetime. Yeah, cool. Adrian, for your chart, you're
Yeah.
1648. I have that same channel. I don't have the 1762 though. Oops. Whoa.
That's the
Um,
logic I was talking about, the projector
yes,
logic there.
definitely is. It's really, I mean, your defined head and ajna, you have such a beautiful way of pulling things together and understanding the puzzle, right? That's what you're sharing. You're simplifying all the stuff into a process of some kind, right? Taking that knowledge and really channeling it into something simplified. The 1648 is enthusiasm and mastery. So what do you really want to go all in? This was super huge for me, is understanding what was it that I wanted to go all in on. And when I was still like, no, I'm over here. I could try this. I could try that. Like nothing was really working because I wasn't honing in on the energy of the 1648. What do I really want to go in on? What am I being like? What feels like something I can do all day? What is,
It was funny because as you were talking, I realized that pretty much my entire life I've been in sales and relationship management, and I'm sort of trying to transition that more into relationship kind of coaching, mentoring, teaching sort of thing. But more on the romantic relationships, not necessarily like business relationships.
Okay. Romantic. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I had that 59-6 twice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Um, Having faith is the first channel reference. The 1762, Jackie, and that is it's simplifying complicated. Gosh, why does it keep doing that? It's simplifying the complicated so that defined head and ajna has a particular way of absorbing information and understanding it, and then it's channeling that into a specific solution and very simplified solution through that channel. Yeah. And then I think I wrote something about your Mercury too. About sustainability and collaboration is your conscious Mercury. And if you're going into relationships, it's thinking about sustainable relationships too. If you think about it that way, like how do you have a relationship that is built to last? And how do you collaborate with your partner so that everyone's needs are met? Cool. Any other questions or anything else that you guys want to dive into? Cool. Jackie.
Um, yes. So I had a question about my Mercury.
Okay.
It's gate 49, the catalyst.
49. Okay. 48, 49. Yeah. The ability to sense when it's time to hold a value that supports your value, the ability to inspire others to make expansive changes that embrace higher principles, deeper alignment, peace, and sustainability, the willingness to align with higher value. Yeah. Tell me what you do.
Okay. So I work in the wellness space, specifically in travel.
Mm.
So, prior to this call, I would tell you my audiences and what I do for them. So now I'm a little confused, but
Oh no, I don't want to leave the call confused.
it's okay. No, it gives me good things to think on. I work with wellness resorts, wellness travel businesses, in their sales and marketing strategy, and then curated training. And then on the flip side, with professionals and like guiding them into more of a wellness and personal development space.
Okay. Wellness being like health
Mental
and
wellness.
mental wellness. Okay. Mental wellness. So that's their mindset and nervous system regulation kind of stuff. Okay. Tell me more about the travel aspect of it. Where does that come in?
Yeah. So on the hotel and resort side, there are immersive wellness resorts like a Canyon Ranch or
Okay.
not Vermont, Miraval, Ridge La Puerta,
Okay.
et cetera. So there's ones like those, but typically I work with them in their sales and marketing space for strategy and training because it's a very different sell than any other area of travel. And then on the travel professional side, it could be somebody like April, or it could be like a hotel team or anywhere in that space, because this is an industry that is hospitable to everyone and is not taught to be hospitable to themselves.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
So
So it's helping them with their own personal development with it, but the ideal client is somebody that works in hospitality.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Um, then the ability to sense technical values. Well, the ability to inspire others to make expansive changes and deeper alignment with their own peace and sustainability. That piece, thinking about that in terms of their wellness and their mental wellness and helping them live a more peaceful and aligned life, right? Understanding how your method really helps them have less anxiety, help them lean more into what they actually want to do. They're maybe in hustle culture a little bit, right? They're um everything is for other people and not for them. Yeah. So you're helping them find that more peace and sustainability, right? So that their work and their life is sustainable. Does that make sense? We getting somewhere?
thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, well, no, I don't
Okay.
believe so. Well, please.
That
Actually,
just makes
lie.
it makes
Yes,
it
it
a
is.
stronger. It
It
is.
is.
Okay, that makes it
Yeah.
a little bit of a stronger energy when it's a
Okay.
full channel with your solar plex. Yeah, just makes it a little bit quicker. So the unbalanced and sometimes when we're having a hard time looking at the highest expression, going, I don't understand. Looking at the unbalanced can be helpful. So it's quitting too soon as a way of avoiding intimacy, compromising on your value and upholding agreements that no longer serve you, creating drama and fighting for outdated values that no longer serve the highest good. So is there some way that like either you are upholding things or maybe they're upholding values that no longer serve them? And then you're helping them understand what those limiting beliefs or limiting stories are so that they can now have a more empowered story, right? Helpful?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Cool. Then the only last thing is I'll tell you the 3 different ways that I already kind of talked about it. The 3 different ways that I have to work with the maker right now. It's the DIY content library, with different workshops and classes and things like that. I am going to be doing some bigger things in there in the next like 2 months that I'm really, really excited about. Bigger things on like understanding core messaging, writing sales pages and websites and stuff. So be on the lookout for that. And then the deep dive, if there's one point that you really want to work through, if you're really stuck, it could be an offer. It could be working through your method or system and clarifying that and what you want to be known for. Or it could be like, you know what you want to offer and you're stuck writing a sales page. That is what a deep dive single session we can do. Like we'll sit down and we'll write your whole sales page, or we'll clarify and come up with your whole method, unique selling point. But if you're ready to like overhaul everything and really get a handle on how to articulate what you do in a way that works with you and your energy, that's the 4-month deeper dive container, where we revamp everything from the ground up, from the core messaging, making sure that that is solid. You know exactly what you want to be known for and you can move forward, to creating offers and websites and emails and all the things. So that's it. Let me know if you guys want to talk about that, any one of those deeper. So thank you guys so much for coming. So appreciate you today on this 1111 portal. That was fun. Yay. Thanks, Jackie. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. The replay will go out so you guys can listen to it again if you need to. But that's it. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.